Howdy, y'all. Welcome to another episode of Card Blitz. I'm your host, Kelly Reed, joined by my good buddy, my friend, Patrick Marshall. Patrick, how's it going, man?
What's up, Kelly? How you guys doing?
Good, man. I've just been watching a lot of World Cup and taking in a little bit of baseball here and there. And apparently last night there was an NBA draft that went down.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
lots of sports world, man.
that kind of snuck in there, didn't it? I wasn't ready for it,
You're like, hey, we just had the NBA finals like a week ago. What's up with this?
but I saw that guy AJ, what Desante or whatever his name went number one, and I was interested to see what where the Duke brothers would go. So, but he went third, so that was all right. And
Yeah,
then
for the Mavs, man, they got the new head coach out of Michigan and took Morenz out of Michigan as well.
okay, I did not know that. Okay,
Yeah,
because I didn't
so
get a chance. I didn't get a
yeah,
chance to look at them all the details yet, but I saw that on Sports Center this morning briefly when I was running out the door. I was like, "Whoa, the draft was there's the draft last night."
Jack the Mundo, man. Well, what else to do for you, man?
Dude, we got the World Cup soccer, man, has been huge. I mean, that's definitely the thing to watch. That's what's been drawing my eyes to paying attention. Even watching teams that you may not know anything about, it's good stuff because the way they have the World Cup, they've got different groups, and each group plays each other once. So there's four teams in a group. They each play each team once, and based upon that and points, that's how they move on to the knockout stage, which is pretty cool. So it doesn't mean that you're automatically eliminated. So if you have one loss and one tie, you have 1 point. You get 1 point for the tie, zero for the loss. But if you scored like a bunch of goals, I mean, you still could be in it depending on what happens to the other teams.
Yeah, like
So
up to three points or something like that, right?
yeah, because you have a first and second that'll go on, and then there's the best third place teams, which is something new since they expanded the field this year. So it's pretty exciting. So whenever you're gonna like be rooting for like Croatia against Ghana, it's like, I mean, it's good stuff. So
Well, definitely, man. And World Cup has invaded McDonald's. Apparently, they got the collectible cups as well as the Squishmallows, as my daughter calls them, little Squishmallow toys with your Happy Meal. So, World Cup's here, man.
I didn't know they had the World Cup cups. I have to go check that out.
Yeah,
So,
collect one of nine or whatever it is.
oh wow, okay.
And then, what about the cards, man? Obviously, right now with World Cup going on, soccer's on the mind. World Cup cards, soccer cards, they're going to be like trending upwards.
Yeah.
Have you had any luck sourcing any?
No, I haven't. I've been looking around too, and I've been going on eBay, and I think there's a couple that I've got my eye on, but I'd like to go get a box. I mean, I'd rip a box with my son. I think that'd be fun. The only thing that we've come across that he has access to is there's a World Cup sticker book that we saw at one of the local retailers like Walgreens, and there's something like 780 stickers for all the players and all the teams that are in World Cup.
Well,
But
that's a
a lot of
Panini thing, right?
yeah, Panini. That's right. And a lot of kids are like trading stickers and stuff like that with their friends. But I think for like seven stickers, it costs like $5, or something like that, like a retail pack. So it's I guess a good thing for Panini and get these kids involved. But I just want the Messi, and there's certain guys that I want.
Well,
Holland, for Norway. I don't want all these other guys. And so
and say,
I'm a
man,
little bit more.
hopefully the next month or so we can find some soccer expert to jump on Card Blitz with us and teach us the way of soccer. Because yeah, the difference between stickers and cards that's a market I don't really know.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to. That'd be great. I'd be interested in that. And then I'm sure there's one of ones of like of all the good players that are out there in World Cup. I mean, I'm sure these card companies are pretty smart, and they've got their superfractors and things like that. I'm sure as well, and parallels. So
Yeah, I'm just thinking on the sticker side. Like I said, I have no clue about that world, but I'd like
yeah,
to learn.
but you can get stickers graded, so wouldn't surprise these a couple start popping up here and there. So
Right.
not sure if it's going to be PSA. That's a whole nother story, but somebody will grade it. So, but
Well, you want to get into birthday kids?
yeah, let's do it because speaking of soccer, probably the best soccer player on the planet and the world turns 39 today. Lionel Messi. I mean, he's a stud for Argentina. He recently, I mean, everybody knew he was good already, but dude, the guy is like phenomenal. He scored 5 goals in 2 matches already in the World Cup, which is amazing. First game had a hat trick. Second game had a brace. He had 2 more goals, and so right now he's the all-time leader in World Cup scoring history with 18 goals and counting. So this guy is, I mean, he's a real deal, and he's 39 years old. He's not slowing down at all. I mean, there were some questions about whether or not Argentina would do well this year because as Messi slowing down, he's had some injuries here and there. But he's healthy. He looks like he's playing like he's having fun. It's kind of scary. So they haven't officially clinched their group yet, but they're looking pretty good. They're sitting at top. So
Well, I've got one Panini card or a Messi Panini card I can share. This is from my son's collection
nice.
right there. This guy here, yeah, Mr. Messi. And it's a 2016-2017 Panini soccer card. And think
Oh,
about
that's
it, man.
cool.
That's like 10 years ago.
That's great. Yeah, he was 29. He's about to turn 29. He's a youngster then.
Dude, that is crazy, man, to think of that. And then for Messi, obviously you mentioned the 18 goals scored in the World Cup. Um, I'm not that familiar with him. So has he won like a lot of I guess in like is it the other leagues, the La Liga or the English Premier League or whatever league he's in Spain? Has he won some titles
Oh yeah, he's
already?
been. He's an 8-time Ballon d'Or winner, which is the best soccer player on the planet. Basically, he's won that award 8 times. 4 times for best FIFA player. Other accolades, two times for UEFA Men's Player of the Year. He's a 2022 World Cup champion. He won titles with Barcelona when he was playing. I mean, he's done it all. I mean, he's amazing. La Liga Player of the Year, maybe like 5 times. So pretty impressive. So if you name it, you'll see his name. So let's put it that way.
All
I mean,
right, let's look up some card prices and find some Messis, right? See what's up.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking to myself. I'm like, God, I see 39. He's not slowing down. I mean, this is the time to grab a card because once he becomes indoctrinated as a god forever, I mean, his cards will never go down. They'll always be collectors. So
Well, we'll talk about that in a bit, man. Do you have any
yeah,
cards from show and tell?
yeah, I do. So the going through some of my basketball cards because of the draft, I came across this one, which I thought was pretty cool. Used to love Steve
Francis?
Francis back in the day, and I looked at it closer. And I go, God, this is a relic patch. It's actually game used shooting jersey from the All Star game in 2004. It's pretty cool.
That is very
This is
cool.
Steve Francis, yeah. So pretty neat. Now he was on the Magic when this happened, which I didn't like, but that's okay. But it's pretty neat. I mean, NBA All Star Weekend, Upper Deck, official trading card. With a shooting shirt worn by Steve Francis. So, which is interesting. It says as a member of the Rockets at the NBA All Star Game, but it shows him it shows him with the Magic on the card. So I need to dive into that a little bit. I'm not quite sure what's going on there.
Yeah,
So
the copy
pretty
editor
cool.
missed that on the proof when they sent the cards to press.
Yeah, exactly. They're writing on the back. So, but I've got a few basketball cards, and it's fun to pull up. I mean, I like going back through them and seeing. I mean, it's amazing what you find in any kind of cards. So, what about yourself, Kelly?
Well, for me, I went to a card show recently, and I picked up. I spent a whole $5 there. Spent one
Good.
dollar on this guy here, Joe Cap.
Okay.
And this guy would be equivalent to the what was his name? Kurt Flood of the MLB. He would be
Okay.
that in the NFL. Like
Really?
without him, you wouldn't have the free agency that you have in the NFL.
Oh, really? That's the
Yeah,
story
so a
behind Joe
very
Cat.
interesting guy, Joe Cap. And I'm
Okay.
going to do some more research on him and learn his story. And then spent the $4 and picked up this Skeens Topps rookie card flagship.
Nice. Nice. I've gone through and I've got a couple Skeens cards. I don't think they're as rookies though, because one his rookie was what 3 years ago. Is that right?
This rookie card says that it's from 2024.
Okay.
So
Okay.
a
So
couple of years ago, but again,
yeah.
it's not as Bowman first, but I'm like Skeens, he embodies like a moment right now in history and in MLB. And so I thought, why not, man? For $4, I'll just pick up the card.
Yeah, and that Jason Mizorowski kid is somebody else to watch for the Brewers, man.
Dude, it's
There's
like
some.
over 100 miles per hour, like almost every pitch, and
He
coming
threw like
out like
50.
104.
Yeah, after the seventh inning, he threw something like 30 pitches over 100 miles an hour. So after the sixth inning, and there's only one man that we've know that can do that, that or
Yeah.
has done that. So it's pretty impressive.
But yeah, man. Speaking of card shows, the card show I went to was the Denton Card Show this past Saturday. And
Okay,
from where I live, it's about a 20-minute drive up to Denton. This one was just in between like Dallas and Denton, though. Free admission, free parking. The card show
nice.
probably had maybe 200 tables there.
That's still pretty big.
It was, yeah, yeah. It was inside this giant warehouse, and it had great air conditioning.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, the only issue I had with it was at the start of the show, some of the lighting. It wasn't very bright, so it's kind of hard to look at like the quality of the card. Or I'm just getting older with these glasses.
You got a lot of people with flashlights going. Hold on, let me take a look and see what's going on.
Exactly. And I'm like, here, let me get this card closer to me. But
Yeah,
um, a whole lot of new stuff, like ultra modern at this card show. A couple of dealers had some vintage stuff, but everything, and I mean everything, was like marked sky high in price. I mean, I had to dig for the 71 tops, Joe Cap,
yeah,
and again, this 2024 Schemes rookie, and again, they were asking more than that than was listed. It's like, whoa, am I living in 2026? And I guess inflation, the hype, the card market is just hot right now, and Pokemon cards were sky high, sports cards were sky high. One Piece. I met a dealer. He was selling One Piece cards that were graded. They're
okay.
asking like pretty penny for all these cards.
Yeah, did you notice any like some of the PSA cards were the prices still higher than SGC and Beckett, or were they all kind of elevated
No, they're
as far
all
as
elevated,
graded?
and I
Okay,
think dealers are trying to capitalize on the market right now, and I don't blame them. They want to make their money, but also
yeah,
I have to be judicious in how I spend my money, and try to make
sure.
some wise purchases,
But
with some cap. So
I'm still hoping that if you found a good dealer that you liked and you had like a maybe like five or six graded cards, I'm pretty sure that he would still bundle them up and give you a pretty good deal.
yeah, I
So
just
I'd hope that happens.
again, I'm just trying to, I don't know, as the market's so hot, I'm like, I don't want to overspend, when
Right.
there's gonna be a downturn. So I'm thinking like when that downturn happens, that's when I want to make my bigger purchases. So just make the small ones now, complete some older sets and some mid 90s sets. If I see those cards out there, that's all I'm really kind of budgeting towards. I'm not dropping the bigger dollars because I don't know how long this market's going to sustain itself. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, that's good. It's a good point. I mean, if you can do it with the stock market and buy the hype there as well with tech stocks, why not pay extra for a PSA 10 Jacob Izrowski, like one of one or something
Dude,
like
hey,
that?
have you looked? I don't know if you looked online, but right now everyone's talking about the prices of like the Tom Brady 2001. Is it 2001 Bowman Chrome rookie?
Okay.
Dude, that thing is like, PSA 10 went close to like, let's say close to 38 or $39,000.
Yeah. Is the only way to buy these cards? It's only from auctions these days, right? You're not going to find a private dealer that's going to sell you that card for 35 grand, are you? I mean, I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know, man. I haven't
I mean,
I
think
haven't
about it.
decided to spend 35,000 yet, Patrick, on a football card.
But it's what I'm getting at. It's a very select group, a few people. The auction houses get wind of something that's going to go for auction. Someone approaches them. They call 30 people. They bid on it, or 100 people that can afford to spend that kind of cash. So
Well, like CIA, they'll have like a preview of their upcoming their upcoming auction, but also like Golden and Fanatics, and
yeah,
so yeah, I mean and then like Heritage, they'll like put out a book, they'll do a mail out, and you can see what's coming up in the auctions ahead of
yeah,
time and decide how you want to spend your money if that's your jam.
woo, yeah. that's a whole nother world.
Yeah, I'll have to show you the one from like Heritage. It's a
Yeah,
pretty cool book, man, but
that's
uh,
cool.
the starting bids are pretty high.
Yeah. Meantime, back in the world of hobby collecting, hey, Kelly and Patrick, how you doing?
Well, do you want to talk about these aging goats? You know, you
Yeah,
mentioned Messi, and I've mentioned Brady, and
I
like
mean,
was it Cristiano Ronaldo?
yep,
He'd
Cristiano
be considered
Ronaldo.
that, right?
I mean, he's a stud. I mean, he set a record for scoring in 6 World Cups. I mean, pretty amazing. I mean, that guy, between him and Messi, they've always gone like this. So you're talking about somebody who has got that same goat mentality. You know that when people think of soccer, they throw out a couple names: Messi, Ronaldo, Pele if they're old enough, Maradona, stuff like that. But those guys they just continue to produce. Late 30s. I don't think that Messi or Ronaldo will play in another World Cup. I don't see that happening. They're going to be over 40. So
What about that dude from Croatia? How old is he? Was it
yeah,
Modric?
yeah. Modric, I just watched him play yesterday,
Yeah,
and
like apparently he's not a spring chicken either, man.
no, he's close to 40 as well. So yeah, you're right. And there's a select few that are moving on. But then when you're on the flip side, you look at the next goats that are coming up in soccer. You've got Mbappe for France. You got Holland for Norway. I mean, these guys at some point are going to pass the records that Messi and Ronaldo have. I'm convinced of that. Just the way that their careers have started off like this, barring injury, obviously. I guess when you're a goat, one of the major things is you're pretty much injury free to get to that status. So soccer's not exactly just like any other sports, a contact sport. So these guys can stay healthy. I mean, you've got goats popping up everywhere. I guess you
Well,
could say.
yeah, that's the interesting thing, man. It's because
Yeah.
like you sit there and you say goat, and I think we're probably in an older age group where the
Yeah.
term goat was not in our collecting
No,
vocabulary is in
it's
our
it's
youth.
new. Yeah.
But today everyone says, "Oh, this is the goat. That's the goat."
Yeah.
And we've been fortunate to see guys like Messi and Tom Brady, and go on, and as they age, they still performed at a very high level.
Well,
But
yeah. Yeah.
what is it that like as these guys age, is it nostalgia that makes you look back at like their rookie cards or their earlier cards, or do you think their whole market just also ascends with their greatness?
What I like to see is I'd like to see when there's a goat and what he does on the field later in life. Like Brady, for example, winning a Super Bowl with Tampa Bay. I'd like to know if I'd like to see the comparison between those people who collect because they're Tampa Bay Buccaneers fans and he won the Super Bowl. Did that spur people to go out and get cards of Tom Brady of that particular year in a Bucks uniform, or did they just go back and they go, "Oh, I want his rookie card. I want the Goats rookie card, or I want his second year card." I think there's you span like 20 something years. I think you've got different collectors of the same guy at different stages of their careers. So I
Okay, well
think,
let's take someone that you're familiar with, Albert Pujols.
yep,
So
yep,
Albert Pujols starts off in St. Louis, goes out there with the Angels, comes back to St. Louis. Um, he did the full circle, but as he was announcing, "Hey, this is my final run, my final season," was the hype there because he made that announcement? Was it because he broke 700 home runs? Is it there's the full circle effect of it? Like, what is it that motivates people to collect? That player. Are you a Cardinals fan? Are you an Angels fan? Are you a Pujols fan in general? I'm
yeah.
really curious about this.
I think there's that nostalgia factor, like you just mentioned. They remember a time of when, oh, I remember when he came up. I've got a couple older cards of his. That's cool. I mean, maybe I'll go for the Pujols rainbow of a card of tops every single year he's been playing. I don't know. I mean, you could do
Yeah, if
that.
they're out there, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah, you could do that. I mean, like I personally on the Angels, I was like, meh, okay. But when he came up with the Cardinals and he started having those back to back to back seasons, you pencil him in for 38 home runs, 120 ribbies, and batting 320. I was like, okay, this guy's special. Something's going on here. So I bought into it a long time ago and got his rookie card. Not sure that I would ever get back into collecting. I went to his funny story. I went to It was in Houston, the George R. Brown Convention Center. I went to a wrestling match, WWE, and it happened to be the same time as a card show, which is right next door. So we went to the card show, me and buddies that I grew up with, before we went to the wrestling match, and it was awesome. But I swooped in and bought a Beckett BGS 9 graded Pujols rookie. They wanted like $60 for it. I talked them down to like 50. I had $50. I was like, I'll take that. I had no desire to even buy that card, but I was like, you know what? I mean, I saw the opportunity, took it because I knew that he was one of my favorite players. I knew he'd be a Hall of Famer one day. So that's kind of an impulse buy, but I was still thinking about it. I was like, man, I'd like
But
to
you
have.
bought into the Pujols, I guess, belief in his success early on.
Yeah,
Do you think though that as he was ending his career, his card prices were still going up?
yeah,
And is it because of the 700 home runs? Is it because of the nostalgia? Is it, you look at someone like Miggy,
yep,
you saw a bump in his cards, so it's like everyone's like, oh yeah, I remember him coming up with the Florida Marlins, and now he's with the Tigers, and he Triple Crown winner, and so they, what is it about these aging goats, that make people want to get those cards?
yeah. Well, let's go with the goat that everybody knows, and it's safe to call him a goat now. But LeBron James. I mean,
You're reading
LeBron.
my mind. Check this out. I busted this out just for you, man.
Nice. Look
About
at that,
that.
dude.
This tops now when he broke the was it the 40K
Oh
point
yeah,
record?
yeah. I mean, when he achieved that, I think people kind of knew that he was going to do that, but you don't believe it until it actually happens. I think we're as collectors, some people buy into the hype early and may buy a bunch of his cars. Go, hey, I'm a LeBron guy. You got any LeBrons? That's all I'm interested in, LeBrons. Other collectors, they pop up and they go, wow, he just did what? And then they dive and they really understand. Well, that's unique. He's a goat because of that. I mean, no one's going to do that. Who's going to be the next person to score 40,000 points? I don't know. I'd have to look.
They
But
have to have a very long career and they have to be very successful on the court.
and you got to start when you're like 19. You got to start scoring 20 points a game. Like 18 or 19 years old to be able to do that. I mean, I see basketball. These guys are young coming out of college, and like the draft yesterday is a good example. But can they play 20 years? I mean, or is it going to be like baseball players where they don't get a chance to pitch as many innings? They don't get a chance to play as often. Are they going to hit these accolades and these milestones? I mean, are there goats in the future? Sure, but as many, I have no idea. So I think that
Maybe this is
drives.
the end of that era of where like you had people coming in early, had
Yep,
prolonged careers, reached all these pinnacles of success.
and I think that drives some of the collecting because I think people are realizing, wow, there may not be another LeBron that ever comes around, or something of that nature. So, or like another Brady.
Well,
There
right.
may be
That's
guys.
the thing. The Brady card's going from, like a PSA 10 for like, 4,000, 5,000 a few years ago to like now it's like 38,000, 35,000.
Yeah,
Blows my mind, man. I'm just like that. That's like Mickey Mantle kind of.
yeah, yeah.
I'm
That's
baffled, man.
I mean, that's crazy to think that
He does have a lot of Super Bowl rings. I'll give him
in
that.
yeah, in 10 years, is that Brady card going to double again? You're like, who knows? I mean, if it's a one of one or a one of five, probably it's going to increase by at least ten to $15,000. You would think every few years. So probably a very good investment if you can pony up that money now. So
Well, I'm not giving you any advice on investing,
right,
but
yeah, me neither.
that's on you guys. I just collect cards, and that's what this
Yeah,
channel's about.
that's right. But let's talk about the goat of the dominating sports. What about Tiger Woods? I mean, now golf doesn't, I think, transfer over to the type of memorabilia collectible arena as baseball, football, basketball, and even soccer. I think has surpassed golf as far as popularity of players' cards. But Tiger Woods. I mean, dude. I mean, I would think if you want a piece of history, go out and get a Tiger Woods card. I mean, it'd be pretty
Maybe an
cool.
autographed rookie card of his, if
Dude,
you were to spend that kind of money, or just a rookie card, I guess.
dude, I think an autographed, like, some autograph on a flag or something like that would be pretty cool to have in your man cave, certain items like that. but having a Tiger Woods, Beckett 10 rookie from back in the day, I don't know. I guess it'd be kind of cool, but I mean, I would have no idea if, yeah, I don't know. Well, I don't know what that card would go for, but
Exactly. You got to look it up, man. But 2001 Upper Deck Golf,
yep,
Tiger Woods
2001.
rookie. Yeah, look up BGS 9.5 or a PSA 10. That's your
Remember how
Roman
hot
leader.
those? You remember how hot those were back in the
Dude,
day?
I know in '01 when we were there. It was
Wow,
insane.
it was crazy. Everyone's like, "Oh, I got one! I found one! I got one!" So, but the chase was on. So,
Definitely. The chase was on. Well, hey, CardBlitz viewers, if you will, just share with us your thoughts on the aging goats debate, and what do you think is it that continues to drive up those card prices, as their careers wind down?
yeah, I mean, it's interesting. So, will I ever own a goat card that's worth more than $100? Probably not. I have no idea. So,
I think if you look in your collection, Patrick, you might find some good cards that might
yeah.
have a certain value. But again, if you're collecting to collect and just the joy of collecting, then the price tag doesn't really matter, man. It's just enjoying the cards for what they are.
Well, my goat's Nolan Ryan. So, I mean, I love Nolan Ryan cards. So, if I come across one at a card show and it's like $20, looks good, I'll probably buy it. Like a mid 70s card of his, it'd be nice. So,
Discretionary income, right?
that's right. Yep.
Well, let me throw this at you as we're winding down. I got to stump Patrick here.
All right.
Speaking of goats and old age, and we're representing that today.
Okay.
Let's get into you know who the oldest player was to hit an MLB home run, right?
I believe.
You
So,
believe it. Would you throw
yeah.
out? Who would you throw out?
So, it's hit a home run. Julio Franco.
You're spot on. Julio Franco, age 48.
Okay.
All right, so now I'm going to give you the triumvirate. Who are the three oldest baseball players ever to hit a home run?
Ooh.
So now
Okay.
you know Julio Franco is the oldest. Not pulling any punches here. All right, here we go. Is it A? Is it Julio Franco, Ricky Henderson, and Carlton Fisk? Is it B? Julio Franco, Cap Anson, Carlton Fisk? Is it C? Julio Franco, Cap Anson, Ricky Henderson? Is
Ooh.
it D? Julio Franco, Jack Quinn, Carlton Fisk? Is it, let's see, I guess this would be E. Is it E? Julio Franco, Jack Quinn, and Ricky Henderson? Or is it F? Julio Franco,
Ooh.
Jack Quinn, Cap Anson?
I'm going to go D. I think that was Jack Quinn and Carlton Fisk and Julio Franco.
And you would have 2 out of 3 correct.
Oh,
Julio
oh man.
Franco, 48. Jack Quinn, 46.
Okay. I remember him.
Fisk was 44.
What was, what was Henderson then?
Henderson was also 44.
Oh, trick.
So the right answer would be Julio Franco, 48. Jack Quinn, 46. Cap Anson, 45.
45. God. Okay.
Dude,
Interesting, man.
the
Yeah, that's a good
oldest
one.
players ever to hit an MLB home run.
That's a good one. I mean, I knew Carlton Fisk. I mean, he maybe he's the oldest for a catcher to hit a home run. He had to have been. I mean, I can't imagine any
And I
of the.
remember Ricky Henderson, leadoff batter, just
Yep. Yeah.
dude.
I,
That was
yeah.
a good one.
Another discussion for another time is, do you think Shohei Ohtani can catch, or can anyone catch Ricky Henderson's leadoff home run record? Which would be interesting.
I don't think it honestly, I don't think it'll be Shohei.
Yeah.
I don't think so, man. But who knows, man? That's up for debate, right? That's one of those GOAT arguments, the greatest leadoff hitter of all time.
Yeah.
So we'll have to get into that one of these days.
Yeah, man. That's a good one. I like that one. I love being stumped. It feels good because you.
Got the old thinking cap on, man.
Yeah.
Well,
Cap Anson on.
yes, got our thinking cap Anson going.
Yeah.
A little vintage love, but as we wind down, certainly our next episode is going to be a big one. That's going to be like celebrating 4th of July and
Yep.
250 for the United States. That's a big number, and looking forward to doing that episode with you. Do you have any closing thoughts as we wrap up?
No, that's gonna be a good one, Kelly. I'm excited about this. this 250th episode, so or 250 year
Yeah,
anniversary. So,
CardBlitz is on episode 77. We'll probably
yeah,
get
not our
258 at that
250. Yeah,
point, man, but
it's
250, big number, man.
it's going to be good. I invite everyone to watch. If you haven't watched World Cup soccer, go watch some. Norway plays France in the next round or in this round. That's gonna be a good one. That's two of your best young goal scorers that could be the next goats in soccer. So
Definitely. Keep your eyes glued to that World Cup game.
yeah,
France, you said, right? And
and the United States.
Norway.
Let's talk about United States, man. They're making to the knockout round. That's huge. I mean,
Yeah,
this is
something we
awesome.
haven't done in a long time, apparently.
Yeah,
Like
this is awesome.
1930s or something like that. Or
Yeah,
I mean, last time we won one was in the 1930s, but
yeah. Last time we won.
it's been a while. So let's go win a couple.
Yeah,
Let's see where that we end up at, man.
let's keep the momentum going. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, CardBlitz fans, as you want to, if you want in the comment section, go ahead and make your way too early World Cup winner prediction, and let's see if you're right. We'll just throw it out there. Let's see who's predicting our World Cup winner for 2026.
Yeah, that'll be good.
All right. Well, on that note, Patrick, I guess we'll bid you adieu, and we'll catch you on the next one, man.
All right, Kelly.
All right. Take
Have a
care,
good day, man.
CardBlitz
We'll
fans.
see you next time. All right.
Yeah.